Well, in this section of video, what I want to show you is just the layout of the half acre I've used for the African trial field. And it'll help you to keep in mind choosing the acre or plot of land that you may be going to lease from a farmer. And you can notice here, if I just kind of let you look over my shoulder, straight at the end is north. Okay, so you're looking from the camera from the south side, and then over here on the right would be the east side of this field, and then on your left as you're looking at this is west. You realize the trees, the height of the trees here on the east side, and the sun is going to rise in the east and it's going to set in the west. The trees on the west are actually taller. This has really boxed in this field for me, and it's been helpful to learn some things. I probably would try to not have a field like this again, though it was good that at least the south side was open. And then what you end up seeing as the field goes to the north, this particular field has a bit of a slope. It's going upwards. And also as you look from east to west, it tends to slope downwards. Now those things are helpful then as you go and look at the layout of your field, that you can right away when you take your shovel and just look at the soil, dig down and take a chunk of soil out, you'll be able to kind of read it and see where is the topsoil, has it run off, and all those things. What I discovered is, and it makes a lot of sense, is in the downhill side, which this is on the south side, there's more amount of topsoil. Now there's not a lot, but there is some, maybe 2 centimeters. But as you go north up the hill, there's no topsoil. It's only clay. And then once again also, because it's sloping from right or from the east down to over to the west, then you see the sediment of any runoff and topsoil being heavier there. Okay, so that's a couple of things to read. I also, in my observation, is you can look at the crops themselves, that it seems to me that having, if you do have trees on the east side, it's better for them to be a bit lower, and that the areas that seem to get the morning sun into the afternoon have the better growth. On this west side, what it caused is then the whole area to become shaded earlier in the evening. What that meant overall was this east side got the least amount of shade, because it was in the shade until about 12 o'clock. And then by 3:30 or so, there was a little bit of, from the west, starting some shadows. And by 6:30, the whole thing is covered with shadows. So that meant that the west side had more like about 9 hours of sun, and the east side had only maybe 6 hours of sun. So just keep those things in mind. They'll help you in how to lay out your land, your plot, your acre, or how much you have.